It's kind of a little washout here. They filled it up, but came through here before it gave way. That horse fell down. Ended up in a tree right there. That tree is knocked down. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I just fell flat on my ass right there. It's kind of bad right here still. I'm gonna put this camera up so I can get out of here.
Okay, guys, that really happened. Let's see, back in 2011. I decided I was going to pack in. I was going into the Seikos. I made this video a long time ago, and I was really disappointed with how it turned out. I mean, now, looking back on it, I'm disappointed in how it turned out. So I was watching, what's his name? Les Stroud with Survivor Man. And he was doing these director's commentaries. So I thought I'd try to do this. So it was in 2011, March of 2011. I decided I was going to pack into what we call the Seikos. And it was, I don't know, probably about a maybe 15, 20 mile ride into the wilderness. And back then I had my old good mule, Jet Johnson, and I packed Jenny Johnson, and she was a good pack mule. Anywhere Jet went, she would follow, and you could pack anything out on her. I packed deer, bears, lions, everything in the world. My grandson, my wife. Anyway, so I thought I'd watch this video and try to tell the story as it goes along. See if I really, really enjoy packing. And right now it's turning kind of summertime, and I'm planning these trips that I want to take. So I started looking at some of these old videos and thought I would pull them up, see if I can tell the story better and share, what it was like to do it. A little bit of commentary to explain better than what I did the first time, if that makes sense. All right, roll the tape.
Right out of Cave Creek, right up by Apache Peak. There's the cave right up there. It's the 2nd of March. I got 8 dogs.
Okay, hold the tape. I got to explain. Back then, I didn't have any good cameras at all. I carried this little point and shoot. I think it was a Sony, maybe it's a Canon. No image stabilization, so everything's shaky, and the audio is terrible at best. So here we go. And it was March, so the wind was probably blowing a little bit.
It's pretty hot today, a little breezy. We rolled out of camp about 9 o'clock. Got my pack.
Oh, got to look at this too. I have no idea what hitch that was. It was something. I don't know. I think I have my bedroll up on top. I have my old panniers down on the side. I don't know what I have tied to my lash cinch there. I got the knot at front. I don't know. It's probably supposed to be a one-man diamond, but it didn't turn out very good. At that time, I didn't have a lot of practice at throwing the hitches. I do have my hatchet weaved in on the side there, so. And that's Jenny Johnson right there. Heck of a good pack mule.
Trying to get over to Canyon back in here. See if there's any lions scratching around in there. Try to set up a remote camp. Stay a few days. See what happens. Right up here is where me and Johnny had a horse fall off. Or Johnny's horse fell off the side here.
Okay, I'll tell a story about this. Right here at this place is on the backside going down into the Animas. It's a real steep kind of, you just kind of switch back and forth going down the mountain, little horseshoe turns, and there's a washout right up here, and it was probably 4 years prior to this, maybe longer than that. I can't remember. Me and a friend came up there, and we wanted to ride down into the Animas. And he was riding an old horse, didn't have any shoes on her or anything, and she was getting sore-footed, and she was kind of stubborn. Not stubborn, she was lazy. And we were going down through there, and I was riding a horse. I wasn't riding a mule, but he was a little 2-year-old gelding that I eventually sold as a roping horse. And he was a nice little horse, and then I was just riding him in a Bosal, and a Bosal is just a little nose band. He was real good. And we got up here to that little wash-off spot, and I can't remember. Somebody had warned me about that place before. And so I got off, and I stepped across with Googles, and it's real slippery. And Googles just, he grabbed his hind end and went on across it. Well, Johnny, when he went to lead that old mare across that spot, she stepped out, and instead of keeping going, she set back on the rope like that. Bam! When she set back on that rope, she slid down and ended up in the top of a tree. And it was a mess. Let me tell you what. We had to chop the tree down to get her out. Her hind leg was over the top of her head, back of her head like that. I thought she was crippled for good. Anyway, we finally got her out, and we were on the other side, or she came out on the other side of the washout. And we even had to cut out little steps so she could climb up there, and she was acted like she was crippled. She was just sore. And we went down in the bottom of the Animas, and we couldn't get out. I didn't know the country at that time, so I didn't really know how to get out of there. And we went down to the ranch house, which was probably 30 miles down canyon. We didn't get down there till 4 o'clock in the morning. And my wife had asked me right before I left, she said, well, when should I expect you back in? And at that time, I didn't have a spot messenger or a satellite phone, or I didn't have any communications, and we were just going for a day ride. I said, well, man, if you don't see me by 10 o'clock tonight, you better call the cops. Well, it ends up she called the cops, but they won't come look for you for 24 hours. So we did end up calling at about 5:30, 6 o'clock that morning, as soon as the rancher got up and called, and I didn't get in too much trouble. But anyway, here I am walking down this deal, and well, of course, you probably seen at the beginning of the video. This is what happens. They had a trail crew come through and fix it up. Don't look near as bad as it did. But that day it looked terrible to us. It's kind of a little washout here. They filled it up, but came through here before it gave way. That horse fell down. Ended up in a tree right there. That tree is knocked down. Still a bad spot. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I just fell flat on my ass right there. It's kind of bad right here still. I'm gonna put this camera up so I can get out of here. So right here, you go down into the bottom of the Animas, and this is coming out what they call, I think they call it Hell's Canyon. Anyway, you go into the wilderness on top, and then you come back out of the wilderness, but this is all, I don't think this is wilderness, but it looked like there's a little 2-track road. No. It's a 2-track road that's coming up the Animas, and then this goes back into the wilderness, so you're not allowed to drive there either. So you have to climb out, and it's a pretty good little ride out of there. Looks like lion country to me.
A little 2-track here that's gonna go over to the next drainage. And that next drainage is where I wanna be. I think that's where I wanna set up my camp. If there's water, good grass.
Okay, I didn't record everything. I hadn't developed any skill yet at recording and moving the story along. So this is after I rode out of Hell's Canyon, went over the top, and I went and explored another little old spring over there. And I came down, and I found a place that I wanted to camp. There was no water at this location. I thought I'd seen on a map where there was a spring here. Ends up the spring was further up the canyon. So I found this place. It was getting late, and I needed to set up camp. As you can see, what I do for the mules is I got a picket rope for Jet, and I think I tied it to a tree maybe, or maybe I pounded a stake. I can't remember, but it ties to it hooks with a collar to his front leg, and then Jenny, I hobble her, so they get to graze. There was quite a bit of grass there, or some grass there, and there you go.
We are in the Seco. I think it's a Seco. Trying to set up camp. I got here coming.
If you look on that tree right there, it'll pan back across there. That's my satellite phone. I used to carry a satellite phone, and that way I could keep my wife happy, and she wouldn't call the cops looking for me, or the rescue, the National Guard, or whatever she would call.
Late. Rode 15 miles on the mules. Finally found a little pool of water up there for the dogs to get a drink. Mules haven't drank since earlier today, but there's a spring right up this canyon, according to the GPS, about 0.6 of a mile. So I guess in the morning, I don't know, we'll probably hunt down this canyon. Maybe go up there, see if we can find the water, do something, leave camp just set up the way it is, maybe come back and sleep here again tomorrow night, pack out. I am absolutely beat tired right now. So is everything. You can see
right there's that phone.
Got dogs just camped out everywhere. They're all laid up. Tired dogs. I'll feed them and get them taken care of here in a minute. Got the mules picketed out. My new Snow Trekker tent. This thing is awesome. I tried to set.
I bought this tent, and you got to understand that the last few times I'd been out like this, I slept under a tarp, and I was so happy to have this tent, and had a wood burning stove for it. So I was tickled.
Up one time before, it was after dark, and I just messed with it a little bit. I came and set it up tonight. Took me, shoot, I bet it didn't take me 20 minutes, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Next time I bet I can do it in 5 or 10 minutes. It's got these little fields here that just pull the walls out. On each side, and then on the back also. You can see on the inside, kinda. And it just makes it so roomy and nice. Perfect for just me. It's dark. Can't see it with the recording, but anyway. Cool beans. I like it. Like it. That's the little wood burning stove. That baby's hot. Watch.
I tried to spit on it so you could hear the spit bubbling.
Pretty warm, huh? The inside of the tent, all my stuff. Do me some chili or what is it? Beef stroganoff. It's cooking right now. Go out and see if the phone's working again. Got me a little pile of wood to warm up in the morning.
Next morning.
Well, we're ready to go. Those mules are sure tired.
I packed Jenny with just some light gear just for a day hunt. You know, I was going to take the dogs out and go up the canyon and see what I could find. I think it was about 7 o'clock when I got out that morning.
Camp's buttoned up. I'm going to leave the tent right here. Dogs are all tired. Super Hoover! Solo is really sore-footed, but he always does about twice as many miles as the other dogs. It's about 7:15. See what the day brings. We just came over the top out of Conley Spring down the trail a little ways, and these dogs, I noticed HB smelling up high on the grass, and then Lily got in on it, and Hoover is finally the one that opened up.
There it was. I guess that's a dog that goes
Trail a little ways and
goes by right up at, look at the top, about midway.
These dogs.
I've seen it again.
Hey, I noticed HB smelling up high on the grass, and then Lily got in on it, and Hoover is finally the one that opened up. Hope that pup's not screwing things up.
Probably was. I thought I seen something go by at the top of the screen. It might have.
I believe this is the South Saco.
Pretty good
Little
water
Saco,
going
South
up down
Saco.
this canyon.
But it's the way to hunt. It's got some gear on that mule. She just follows me along. We'll ride all these little drainages and these little fingers. See if we get into a line somewhere. Trails aren't that good, but they're good enough. Like right there, see? The trail goes up and over and
up
around.
the side of the
And then
mountain
maybe it
right
just
there.
stops right here. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it might just stop right here. Plenty of water for the mutts. See how it goes. Walnut Corral. Right there's where I ate lunch. Took a nap.
That was a really, really neat place, and I want to go back to it. They call it Walnut Corral, and man, I let the mules loose, let them graze a little bit. I fixed me a lunch, and man, it warmed up real nice. And I kicked back, and I know I had me about an hour-long nap right there. It was nice.
Strike the dog out in front, checking rocks. Kind of rough in here. Oh, hold on. All the lazy hounds coming up behind.
All All those hound dogs just trailing up behind the pack mule. And she didn't like Jet to get too far in front of her. Now pause this thing real quick. This was not like Jet. He would usually go anywhere, but he is a mule. And he decided he wanted to go down across the creek instead of stepping up this little old ledge right there. And I couldn't film it because I couldn't hold the camera and make him do what I wanted him to do too. So it looks like I lost, but I didn't lose. He did what I asked him to do. I didn't even say any bad words. Well, see, nowadays, I would have had a little tripod on my camera, and I could have set it up over there on the side and got some video of how I made that work. We're loaded and ready to go. That's where the tent was. We had a little trash race this morning. I think the dogs decided to go chase a fox. I had to go capture them up on top of that mountain. But I started breaking camp at 9:05. Hey, the good news is, I think I got my hitch right that time. Got my diamond hitch tied correct on top of that pack mule. It's 9:56. Everything's packed, loaded, saddled, ready to go. So, on our way back to North Birchick Homestead. That's where I lived. Watch HB, she gets excited. You ready, HB? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go! You ready to go? Here we go! Let's go find him. All those dogs are gone now. Is he in that tree right there? Is he? Is he up there? Is he up there? Is he up there? It's kind of sad now to watch this. Jet Johnson's, he's still alive, but he's old. Jenny, the other pack mule, she's gone. Every single one of these dogs is gone. HB, the dog there that was barking, she ended up being a really good lion hound. She wasn't trashy at all. And then the dog in the background there, that's HB's litter mate. That was Shine. And she ended up being a good dog. And but they're all gone now. It's kind of sad to watch. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Let's go. Super Hoover's gone. Watch this. Come on, HB. Get up in front. Go get him. Get him. Come on, girl. Here we go. Here we go. Get up front. Get up front. You guys stay back there. Go on, get up front. There you go. Check it out. You better smell those rocks right there. Okay, of all things, I ran out of memory in my computer yesterday when I was editing this. So I'm back. I freed up some space. And what a coincidence is this is where the video ended for that pack trip. Batteries went dead on my camera. And what's more is when I came out, went across the canyon, went out, came out the other side, treed the biggest bear I've ever treed in my life. He was huge. He was and beautiful. It was right at dusk. Missy's the dog that did all the work, but Hoover and all of them, they treed on him. He was in a dead oak tree. I think it was an oak tree, but it didn't have any leaves or anything. It was just a dead tree, and he was probably only 12 feet off the ground, and he was huge. He was missing an ear, and I just sat there and looked at him, petted the dogs up, and then called him off. Said, "Come on, let's go." I wasn't interested in. Oh no, it wasn't even season. I don't think. I can't remember. Anyway, 2 weeks after that, I was talking to the rancher down below. Let me change this real quick. I was talking to the rancher down below. He was driving in, I was driving out, or vice versa. And he said, "How you doing?" I said, "Fine." He said, "You been out any?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I packed in over there to the Seikos not too long ago, and I said, on the way out, I caught a big bear." He said, "Really? Where was that bear?" And I said, "Right there in Cave Creek." He said, "You didn't shoot it?" And I said, "No, I didn't. I just left him there." He said, "Was that bear missing an ear?" I said, "Yeah, he was." He said, "Yeah." He said, government trapper came out and snared that bear. He's been killing my calves." He said, "He just caught him yesterday." He said, since you were in there, he killed several calves. He said, "Maybe you should pay me for my calves." I said, "Man, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was killing calves. If I'd known he was killing calves, that'd have been the end of him." But anyway, it is what it is. Guys, let me know if you like this. It's kind of different. I just felt like I needed to reuse some of this old content that when I went on these pack trips, because I'm planning many more pack trips this summer. I really want to go see some high country, some different places. I got some really neat places to go to. I think that everybody will like and be interested in. I hope. I know I'm excited about going there. So anyway, I can redo some of these. See if you like them. Like, subscribe. I'd love to get to 100,000 subscribers. You think that's possible for an old cowboy to get to 100,000? Just a guy riding a mule? Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Onward and upward, man. That's the watchword.